I
Yep.
am Dwayne,
I'm Dan.
and we have been working on a calendar app like so in Angular, Express, Node,
TypeScript,
TypeScript, and
Mongo.
yep. And so we had made a whole bunch of progress. We've got really simple authentication. We've got this calendar that displays, and you can navigate through the months. I believe when we left off, we were working on getting today to display. Um,
Yeah, we
so
had it working at one point, then something
yeah,
broke,
something
and
broke it.
yeah,
So we'll take a
we're gonna
look.
fix it.
So actually, let's just take a look right now. I've got the debugger open, and this is the component. So is there a today? Today is today. You know what? Let me look at the code here. Today. So we're looping through all the days. We've got an ng class of today if the date diff of today equals 0. Day.date.diff.
So what is today set to?
Today is a new
Set
moment.
to, yeah, okay. And so how do we calculate the days? Like, is it set to the beginning of the day?
I
So I
don't
wonder if
know.
that's the issue. Like
That
it's
could
comparing
be.
it and it's off on the second level or something.
Yeah, that could be. Well, the date difference is equal to day.
Oh, okay.
So let's just
Huh.
let's see. So let's set a breakpoint like in here, and then we'll be able to execute this. This dot today is a moment. So this dot today dot date. What is this? Oh, it's a function. Maybe that's
Oh, do we
why.
have that wrong then?
That's why. Okay.
Okay.
So here. All right. What does that
But
look
now,
like?
what is today? Because if
Ooh.
it's not a function.
Today dot date. Oh, day. Day is days. Or day is a days. And what is days? Days is pushing.
It's an array of
Oh,
any's.
I see. Okay. Okay. So it's a date with a moment object. It's not an actual moment. So let me try that
Oh,
again.
okay.
So then really we're doing this step today. So this is. Oh wait.
So day is
It's a
just like our
moment.
own
So we're just calling.
object,
Yeah. So we're
and then
calling
date is the
diff
date of
on.
the day.
What does this do? 0. Okay. Um, so does moment have is moment? Okay, let me do this. Oops.
What'd you do?
I accidentally moved my window over here.
Okay.
Okay, so let me do this.
Like I'm wondering if you can set a breakpoint at like line 31, and then after a few days, like iterations through the for loop, you can just grab like one of the days.
Okay, yeah, that'll work. Okay, so let me just run it a few times. Okay. Oops. Dang it.
Oh my gosh, my headset's dying already. Hang on one second.
Okay.
Okay. Oops.
Today versus.
I've got like a short cable on it too.
Oh, right, because I need the date.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so which one would be today? Today's like the 20th?
Yep.
So let me. I wish I could breakpoint. I guess I can. I can't
Actually,
step
could
out.
you? There should be a way to like print the day of the string, right?
Oh, I can
Or
add a
the
watch.
this.
Yeah. Oopsies. Day I 14. Okay.
That's still pretty big.
Still pretty big. So you're probably right. It probably does have to be like the first second of the day or something.
Yeah.
Unless there's
So
some way that I can get. Actually, you know what? We should probably just look at the moment documentation.
yeah. So I'm looking at the format. Like, uh, so are you sure that days 19 is today?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So can we do like this days 19 dot date dot format and then
Sure.
pass in the string of the format we want? So it could be like all caps MMDDYYY.
That's the
Guess that's the
17th.
17th. Okay, so
So
3 more days. 22.
oh, I gotta let it run a couple more times. Okay. So that's today.
Okay, it's
Okay.
closer.
Yeah.
So now, uh,
So now I'm just looking at the documentation for diff.
mhm. So I wonder if, like, if you format the hours, minutes, and seconds in there.
Yeah, I'm seeing if there's an easy way to do it without having to
Oh,
like.
like just ignore the. I
Yeah.
gotcha.
I just want the date.
Do. Oh, so you just do a start of.
So I
So
could just do this. So the date
no,
won't work because it'll show it for like the 20th of every month.
right. So you want to do start of.
Okay,
So if
yeah.
you do like this day is 22 dot date dot start of, then you pass in a string,
Oops.
which is day in this case. So date start of day. Yep.
Okay.
And that returns. Oh, okay. So that returns a moment. Yep.
Okay.
So there we go.
Ugh, I kind of don't like putting this in the template though.
I know what we could do instead is in our component
Hmm.
when we set these values, like today would be moment dot start of day,
Okay.
right?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
then
sure. Okay.
what is day to add? Okay, so that's 20. So at 26, you could set day to add to moment this month dot start of day, and then it should balance out. All right, cross your fingers.
Okay. Yeah, it highlighted
Nice.
today. Okay.
Yeah,
And it didn't highlight all the other 20s. Excellent.
awesome.
Cool.
That was
Nice.
easy.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a
Thank,
calendar that displays and is navigable.
yep.
Navigatable?
Thank God for Google.
All right. So
So
which
can we lower those
ones?
buttons?
The
The next
arrows?
previous? Yeah,
Yeah,
they
we
look a little
can.
wonky.
Why are they so high?
And why is that happening? Like when we highlight the month, shouldn't it highlight the whole month?
It looks like it's the height of the whole thing doesn't take into account the month name up here.
Okay, why? I
Let's
think
see.
we might have touched on this last time, but I
Okay.
don't remember if we figured it out.
So we've got our calendar container. Here's the month container with a month name. All right. So month container doesn't have a size.
month container.
Calendar container is
Where's
400
oh,
pixels
for the height?
for the whole thing. Oh, wait, yeah, calendar container. We have 2 calendar containers?
That's weird.
Yeah. So the height is 400 pixels.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, so those buttons they are aligned in the middle for the month container,
yeah.
but it's weird.
So the month height
Why?
is 100% minus 81 pixels. Month name. I mean, what happens if I just go like this? Oh, is this not 81 pixels? Is month name?
It should tell you on the right. So the margin is 21. In the inner height, I can't read that. My screen is so blurry. It's
Is my
81.
is my resolution? I just set it to that.
Okay.
So the height of this is 100% minus 81, and its parent is month container, which is display block.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like the resolution through Twitch is crisp and clean, but through Discord it's blurry.
Uh,
But it's okay.
display flex.
So I wonder if it's the flex.
Oh, could be.
Like I feel like since I've been working with Flexbox, it doesn't always like encompass all the content that I think it should.
Hmm.
But I mean, maybe it's
Yeah, I don't
just
know.
me.
I have to play with it.
Yeah. But I do think that we need to figure it out in order to fix those buttons.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So we can either punt on it.
I think we should punt on it. Do
Okay.
something else.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Question is, what are we going to do?
Should we add events?
Yeah.
I think that's like the next big thing. What the? Oh, you grabbed the whole column.
Yeah. All right. Event scheme model. Right. So we want users to be able to add events um, and have people look at them.
Yeah.
So, oops. Okay. So how do we want to do this? Um, the events should be tied to the user somehow.
Yep.
So,
So do we have a user ID? I mean, we do have a user table, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do I not
So
have server opened in here? Oh, there's okay. Okay, so we've got here's our user schema. Now, do we want events in their own collection with like a reference to user ID, or do we want to just put them right on the user?
um, like the traditional like SQL in me says to have separate collections,
Hmm.
but I think for Mongo it makes sense to be a part of the user.
Yeah. So how? Okay, let's think about how this will be used. You're never going to have an event. You're never going to like just look at somebody else's event but not know who they are, right?
Right.
It'll most likely be like you have a friend or something and you'll say, give me my friend's calendar, and you'll grab all
Yeah.
their events.
Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, we probably do want to just put it right on user.
Although, could it like what if we have like holidays? Like, would that be an event or would that be
Like a
something
global
different?
event.
Yeah.
Maybe we need both. Although, no, what we'd probably want is everybody's going to have their own holidays, but we have like a default set
Okay.
that would be added like not in the database. They'd be like hard coded somewhere, and it'd just be like when you make a new user, give them the default events or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
that works.
so if we let's see. So we'll make a new interface and schema, and then we'll just reference it. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Um, does it warrant having its own file?
I think so. That way we kind of keep it separate.
Okay. Do we want to call it something other than event?
Yeah, because event is kind of generic.
Yeah.
What would we call it? Activity?
User event?
That I'm fine
Would
with
there be a
that.
reason to have another type of event than user event?
Um, I'm trying to think. Probably not. Like, because I mean, all events are user defined.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's call it user event until
So
we have a reason not to.
yeah, that's fine.
Oh, oopsies. Should we put it inside of user? No.
Uh, yeah, let's leave it there for now.
Okay. So we'll just copy this.
Okay, so what would be on the event? The name, the date.
Mm-hmm.
Should we have some kind of like color or event type? Because like, what if we have like my son is in scouts, for instance? I could have like a scouting event calendar, right?
Huh. So. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're saying have a type.
Yeah,
Okay. And then presumably somebody will want to define their own a custom list of types.
yeah. So I think maybe let's hold off on the type for now. I think that should be a separate task because
Okay.
I could see that being a different schema.
Okay. Um, date is going to be a date.
Yep.
Reoccurring.
Oh, right. Hmm. So then how would that work though?
There could be. We'd have to have it so that the user could say that it recurs like hourly, weekly, monthly, like some.
Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
or occurs like 8 times.
Right.
But
So
now, are we going to have like separate events in there? Like one for each occurrence? Or is it going to be just one
I,
user event?
I think we would have to have one for each.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So then how do we tie them together? Or do we?
Or maybe we don't. Maybe we have like a cron tab.
A cron tab.
Yeah.
How does how would that work for a calendar?
You can cron goes all the way out to like days and months and years, I think.
So you're saying like when I set up my event, it would use a cron tab.
The user
Uh,
won't see the cron tab, but like we could use it to store one. We could we
okay.
could store the event with a cron tab. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Um,
Maybe not.
yeah. I'm just trying to think of like making it easy on us to render the calendar,
Uh-huh.
and then making it easy on us as far as the schema goes too.
Right.
Like I kind of feel like if we're doing recurring events, then it might warrant two different collections. But then how would we programmatically be able to tie everything together and easily edit
Yeah,
it?
that's a good question. So I know with cron tab, there's libraries out there that parse them.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could, like for the job manager, I used it at work. Um, so each job has like a cron tab associated with it, and then you can have it like basically give you the next time the job would run. Um,
Okay, so if we have the cron tab on there, then could we have it give us back all the different dates for that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Um, I wonder
Because
if
really
maybe
what
we
we're gonna,
should iterate on this and just start with
okay.
like a simple non-recurring event just to get it
Yeah, I
moving.
mean we could do that too, but I think I'm kind of on board with the cron tab idea too.
Yeah.
Like it, like I think when we change each month, are we gonna call an API to get the list of events for that month, or are we
Yeah.
just gonna say get all the events in the beginning?
It might be easier to just get all the events.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I think it would probably be easier to just get all the events.
Okay. So then we have to have a limit on the cron tab.
Right.
So I
Or
think it
do
would.
we? We just grab the event and the cron tab comes with it.
So then the client does all the calculations.
Yeah. Yeah, then for each day, basically, you'd run it through all of the events that have cron tabs and just say, like, does this day fit the cron tab? Maybe.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
that's a
Let's go with
possible
that for now.
solution. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's go with that for now.
Okay. Okay. So instead of reoccurring being a boolean,
I think it's recurring.
oh, is it
Yeah.
reoccurring?
It's not reoccurring. It's recurring.
Reoccurring.
Reoccur. Are you kidding me? I've been doing it wrong my entire life. Wait, what's that first one? Grammarly.
They're not the same. Oh, interesting.
Okay. So we were both right.
Were we though? Which which implement or which usage do we mean here?
I think it's recurring.
Well, I mean, I think obviously we need both. Is it
Yeah.
recurring event? Is it a reoccurring event?
Huh.
Hmm.
Well, in our case,
Okay. Um,
well, I mean, it's not going to be a recurring Boolean, right? I think
right.
we're just going to have a cron tab string.
Okay.
And then, so then the date, I think, well, yeah, I guess we can keep it date for now. I was thinking like start date, because if it's a cron tab, then you're really starting on this day.
Good point though, actually, because an event could last longer than an instant, so it needs a start date and an end date.
Right. Yeah.
Oops.
But if it's for a single day,
Oh my gosh, I keep doing that.
then I guess start date and end date are the same to keep things
Um,
simple.
no, because the start date will include the time and the end date will include the time. So if it's like an hour, the start date and end date will have an hour in between.
But what if I have, so like on Google Calendar, you can just set an event for today.
Uh-huh. I would say the start date is beginning of the day and the end date is end of the day.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay, so cron tab will be a string. Oopsies, will be a string. If it's blank, then it's not reoccurring or recurring.
Right.
What else do we care about? Color.
So we should probably define these as optionals, right? The cron tab.
Right. Okay.
The color, I don't know that we need color for the event. I think more for the type, which I don't know that we want to
Okay.
do that yet.
Okay.
We have to have a start date and end date.
Oh, you're right.
And we should have a name. I mean, otherwise, what's the
Okay.
event?
It could just be an alarm then, essentially.
Yeah, it's true. I would kind of think that's not really an event.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. What else would an event need?
So can crontab even do like every Tuesday
Yeah,
or
I
every
think so.
Tuesday and Thursday? Huh.
Oh, you know what? Can it? Um,
Wow. My kids are just a little loud. I heard a loud thud.
so weekly.
So daily, but not. Okay, so let's do this.
Every Thursday at a specific day. There you go. The 0 minute, the 0 hour, every day of the month, every month of the year, the day of the week is Thursday.
So what if you do this? Can you do Thursday, comma, Friday?
Yep.
Okay, there we
At
go.
7 minutes past the hour. Was that minutes first? Yeah, 7 minutes past. Can you do seconds as well? Okay, so this format doesn't have seconds.
Okay. Which is fine. Like, I don't think that you're going to get to the second for an event.
Yeah. So 8:07 a.m. on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
Can you do 13? I mean, 13 o'clock? Okay, yeah.
Can you do 13, comma, 10?
13 comma 10
Yeah. So I mean, 13 past hour, 13 and 10.
on
Yep.
Thursday and Friday.
Interesting. Oh yeah, I mean it says it right there, valueless separator. So, and you can even do a range. So that's great.
You can do the 13th minute past hours 13 and 10 on Thursday and Friday in January and March.
Wow.
January through March.
Huh. But now, if you wanted to do like 5 o'clock every Thursday, but 3 o'clock every Friday,
That would be two
that's two
different.
separate events.
That's two
Okay.
events. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think this will work.
Okay. Okay. um, do we need a description?
That could be nice. Okay, I know I use that.
Yeah.
Like if I'm traveling somewhere, I'll usually put the airline information there.
Okay. We can make it optional.
Yeah, it should be.
All right.
Um, then eventually we could have like recipients
Sure.
in there. Um,
Or I wonder though if that would be like some other object. Like maybe it wouldn't even be an object if you're sending an event to somebody or marking it for them. I don't know.
yeah. Well, it's something that we'll deal with in the future, I think.
Alrighty. Let's add these to the schema. So we got
Yep.
start date.
I don't think names should be unique.
Oh no, you're right. That was copy pasta from user.
Okay. I think that has to be an object, right? So what's the difference between the capital string and lower string? Do you know?
A lowercase string is just like a JavaScript string. This has other stuff on it.
Okay. So it's like a
Where does
string
this come
with
from?
functions or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why Mongoose needs this string as opposed to like a plain object. I guess it has to
Yeah.
be. I
It
don't know.
probably needs to be an object and not a primitive.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, so we got a user event. Okay, so that's gonna go on the user schema.
Yeah.
It's gonna be array of user event.
Do we need to set a default value?
Yeah, just like a empty array. You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Uh, I think that needs to be type array user event schema.
yes, yes.
Now, can you use array in this case instead of the
I don't
brackets?
think you can for some reason. I seem to recall you that you
Huh.
can't, but maybe I'm
That's
wrong.
that's confusing. Like I don't understand why.
Cannot be applied to.
I wonder if maybe array is since before you said that you can't use the little strings in here, like the primitive string. I wonder if the bracket array is the
Well,
primitive
this isn't an
array.
array. This is a type, I guess. Whereas
Okay.
this is actually an array of user event schema. Maybe
Hmm.
that's it. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yep. It's one of life's great mysteries.
Yep.
I
Okay,
will never be
so when
known.
we create a new user, they'll get this new event thing. So how do we go about creating an event? Presumably, um, the user will click on a date and
I would think, yeah, well, let's see. So if they click on a day,
we'll
then we
pop
could
open
just
a
pop
modal
open
or
a
something.
modal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, what do we want to use for modals? And we're gonna
Angular.
use NGX Bootstrap.
Yep.
Oh, you
I've
mean
used
just like,
Angular.
but
Material.
oh, material. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. I've actually been working with that a lot lately.
Oh,
I've been
have you?
working on a side project. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It might conflict a little bit with work though. So
Mm.
I
Okay.
gotta figure
So we've
that
got
out.
this controller that gets a user, searches for users, and creates a user. We're gonna want to create a method to add an event. Okay. So
Yeah.
presumably it's gonna have a event
You're gonna
on.
fix that static.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Users. So
So
we're basically going to be adding like one event. So it's going to be very similar to this, where the event is the body. Then we're going to look up the user and update the user by adding an event.
where do we get the user though?
Oh,
Because
and then
we don't have sessions or anything. So I think the body has to be the event plus the user ID.
yeah, you're right.
Unless we want to start getting into some of the more authentication of having like, or actually, could we put on the header, like just
Or it
the
could
user
be,
ID in the header?
I actually really the route should be like user ID. It should be like a
Oh
put.
yeah. Okay.
It's not really a put though, is it? Because we're not putting the whole user. We're just putting an event.
I would say we would post to user/user ID slash
Right,
events.
right. That makes sense. Okay, so all right.
But then that, well, I mean, I think that's fine, but it does seem a little weird that you could potentially create other people's events. And of course, it'd be
Okay,
locked down, but it's just kind of,
yeah, I think that's okay.
yeah.
Um, so um, actually, we don't have to look it up, do we? We can just do it all in line, unless there's some processing we need to do.
How do you do it in line?
Um, we just do a find by ID and update,
Oh,
and then we're like
right.
inserting into the events. Um,
So how you're sure that it would insert and not like actually replace
yeah, we
the
can definitely
events?
insert by doing like a put, I think.
Okay. Huh.
All right. So we need to get. So we're doing. Oopsies. I always do that. Okay. So we're doing a post to ID slash events.
Yeah. Is this okay? So this is the user routes, which is probably prefixed with users, I would
Right.
assume.
Right.
Okay.
And then we grab the ID like this, rec.params.id. And then the object that we're updating is going to be found after a quick Google. Oh, is it push? $push? Yeah.
Okay. So you push, and then the key is it would, in our case, would be events,
Yep.
and then the value would be the event off the body. Okay. It seems pretty easy.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay.
Just our generic error handler here. We probably want to look at this eventually.
Yep. Did we want to send anything back?
Yeah, let's do that. So we'll send back the updated user, I guess.
Yeah. To be consistent, we should probably put it in the try.
Is that what we're doing?
In the create, we did.
Okay. Yeah, let's just copy this.
Oh, but yeah, we're not consistent at all.
Actually, no, we want to do this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
I don't know that I like that we're sending back the whole user on an add event.
You don't. Yeah. If you like add an event for somebody by doing some URL hacking, you can get the whole user back.
Yeah.
We'll fix all that later. Like we'll add some
Okay.
authentication and
It's in the future.
yeah,
Just keep kicking the can down the road.
right. Okay,
That's what
so we've got a
we.
route presumably. We've got
Yeah.
a schema. Okay, so our current users are probably gonna blow up if we were to try this.
Think so? Why?
Maybe. The in the schema, the default is I want to say only used when you create a new user. If you have an existing
Oh,
user and you try to push something in to the array, maybe Mongoose figures it out. I don't know. That'll be a good test, I guess.
sure.
All right, so let's go ahead and add some events. So
So I'm assuming that this is a function that would be invoked when you click.
yeah, we could probably call it like open event modal or something. Open
So
day.
something that I like to do is prefix it with the action. It's like click, because
Okay,
then you know that that's a click
click date.
event. Yeah.
Really, we're clicking on a day.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, what do we have to import something in order to use
Okay.
is it
So
what
yes,
is
we
this
do.
library called that we're using?
It's Angular material. So let me take a look. Where's my
At Angular material.
module? So we need mat dialog module.
Okay.
And then the way you would use it, I'm trying to remember how I did it. Yeah, so to open it, oh, I see what you're doing. So to open it, you pull in the mat dialog service in your constructor.
Okay. Oh, each one has its own thing. Okay. So let's
So I
put this
gotta get
here.
back to.
I'd have to manually import this.
Yeah, I have that same issue. So that is. Why does it do this?
Is it that I assume?
Angular. Yep, that's it.
Okay. Okay, and then you said in my constructor, I need the what service?
Mat dialog.
Okay.
Not there. It's the component.
I'm in the component.
Okay.
Oopsies.
Not import. What are you doing?
I don't know. Oh, you're like delayed.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking over at Twitch. All right. It's Matt Dialog, no service,
Oh,
and it's capital D.
okay.
So then that comes from Angular Material Dialog.
Okay, it found it.
Okay. So then in order to open it, we want to do this what is it? We called it Matt Dialog. So Matt Dialog.open.
Yep.
And then first parameter is the component that is the dialog.
Okay, so we got to make a new component.
Yep.
So I'm gonna. Do we want it inside of calendar? Probably. Or do we? We probably do. We'd never access this not from a calendar, right?
Um, yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, we'll call it
Event. User event.
So here's a question.
Oh.
You're looking at a calendar and
Mhm.
you click on a day. Now that day could already have events in it. So this isn't
Yeah.
necessarily the dialogue to add an event. This would be like to look at all the events in a day.
I disagree. So if you're clicking on the day,
Uh-huh.
like just the day, then you're adding the event. But if you are clicking on an event within the day, then
Mm,
you're editing that
okay,
specific event.
that makes sense. Okay, so this can be the add event dialog.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Okay. Do we
Oopsies.
need to pass anything to the dialog? Like,
The day.
yeah.
Yep.
So to pass stuff into it, it's a little funky,
Okay, hold on.
but
Let me go ahead and make the component.
yeah, that's fine. Oop, is this, what kind of file is this?
Oh, good question.
ng generate, it's your friend.
Meh. Okay. Um.
Okay, so let me take a look at what I got for the dialogue. If I can remember where it was. Oh, there it is. Okay, so, and you also need to declare that as an entry, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna paste something in Discord.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'll do it in Twitch. So, oh, I can't because I'm anonymous. Gosh. Okay, so I'll do it in Discord. So that stuff is passed into the constructor of the dialog component.
Okay.
But of course, you change the type of mat dialog ref to this add event dialog component. And that inject, that's how we get the data.
Okay.
So dialog data, that is something that we have to declare.
Okay. So that has to be like exported from here or something.
Yeah, and that's just an interface with the data that we need to pass in.
Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and create the HTML file
Mhm.
and the CSS file. All right. So this is we'll call it add event data.
Sure.
I guess we just declare it here.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Okay.
I would just do an interface. And then we so that we just want the day. So day or actually date. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And then in order to pass that, what do we do?
So the second parameter to open is a map, an object, a hash, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And the key that we need to focus on is data. So it's data colon, and then that's another object, which is the data object that we just created.
Okay.
Is it going to be that? So I think it's okay. So when we click on the date, we're going to pass in
That
the day.date.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
This moment. Oh, okay, interesting.
So on line 50, you can just say date. You don't need to do date.
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's right. I forgot you could do that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna go ahead and directly import this,
Okay.
and then
But how do you do line 19?
oh, good question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Yep.
Okay. So when we click on a day,
I don't think you want that. It's got to
oh,
be in the
that's the
div.
day. Whoopsies. In here.
Yeah.
What do we call it? Click day.
Yep.
Okay, and we're gonna pass in
Date.
day.date.
Yep. All right.
Okay, and then in here, I'm just gonna put something.
Okay.
All right, let's see what happens. Now, do I have watchers? Looks like it. So I'm gonna refresh, and I'm gonna click on a day. Hey, nice.
Not
Okay,
bad.
now let's display the day.
Sure.
Just what do I call it?
Okay.
Data.
So
Is it gonna be like this.data? Is it just publicly
I,
available since it is public?
I think you might be able to say data.
Data.date.
Yeah. Date.
Sweet.
Hmm.
That's awesome.
Very cool. Yep.
Cool. Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna put a cursor on all these days.
A cursor on the days.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
Nice. Okay. And then I kind of want some feedback on hover.
Okay. So like a
Um,
background color or something.
yeah.
Actually, could we do an outline
Sure.
or a box shadow or something? I think that's what I meant. It was a box shadow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't remember
Um,
how to do it though.
pixels. 2 pixels. I forget the exact format of box shadow.
So it's gonna be like,
Oh, there you go. Basically that.
yeah, yeah. I know it's something. If you don't like it, we can change it. I don't
That's
know.
fine. Oh, is that too subtle? That's too subtle.
Oh, you were hovering?
Yeah. I want this color. 80, 80, 80. Oh, oh my gosh. I'm just jumping back and forth from my Mac always messes me up. Okay. There we
All
go.
right.
Nice. Cool. Okay, so let's make this dialogue actually do something. Actually, it's
Okay.
9 o'clock. When did you want to be done?
Probably pretty soon, like within the next few minutes, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
So we could maybe throw in a few fields in there.
sure. Okay. Let's make a label with a input.
So there are some special attributes we can put in here.
Okay.
So we can have like the dialogue title, the dialogue content, and then the dialogue actions. So that'll split it out into obviously the header,
Yeah.
content, and yeah. So to do that,
There we go, like this.
oh, does it say it?
So I'm just gonna copy this.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that there were tags.
Yeah.
I just used them as attributes on divs.
Oh, okay.
That works.
Yeah. All right. So for this H2, let's see how big that is. I'm gonna just put in the date again.
Yeah. And we could maybe eventually excuse me.
Add event question mark. All right, content's gonna be pretty big. We'll have an input.
Had a little bit of a coughing fit. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
We could reuse this dialogue for the edit event too.
Okay.
I think we want to use the material input.
Oh, okay. Probably.
So that's like the mat dash form field.
Yeah. Mat form field.
Yep.
Okay.
If you click uh, on the less than, greater than,
Less than, greater
in
than.
the yeah. So if you scroll up to the top,
Yep.
then you look at the example,
Oh.
and then you can click the on the right side
Oh,
at
I
the
see.
top.
Okay. All right. So we
Yeah.
just
If
want a
you
basic input. So
yes, there
perfect.
you go.
All right. So we want a form. Okay. Whatever. We'll just have that for now.
Sure. So then, if we want to cancel or close the dialogue, if we go to
Let dialog close.
yep, and then you can take it. It does take a parameter. So when you click cancel or click save, you'll call the same function, but you'd pass in like cancel or save, and then in the function where you opened it, I think in there you'd bind to the reference. How did you do it? But you somehow bind to the event, the onClose event, and then you can tell what button was clicked based on.
Oh, okay.
Um,
All
I
right.
know I didn't explain it very well, but
I think I'm kind of following.
okay. Yeah. So
So we need. Are you saying these would call separate functions, but
yes.
but then we'd have like an output from our dialogue?
Yeah. So okay. So let's go to the HTML.
Okay.
And then so close. Let's go ahead and call this like click close, and then the other would be click save. I don't think we want to bind to mat dialog close though.
No,
No, because I think that's actually going to close it.
the the whole modal.
Yeah, which I mean is fine, but then we can't like listen for that event and do something based on that button.
Okay, so I'm not following what you're talking about actually. Then.
Okay, so mat dialog close. My understanding of that is just going to close the dialog, right? Then we can't do anything in response to it.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm assuming that what we're going to do is in the calendar component where we call open dialog,
Mhm.
that's where we're going to create the event, or are we going to create the event as
I would
part
think
of?
we could maybe create it in here.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I've been doing it a little backwards then in my other project.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it depends. Maybe there's a reason to do it in the parent component.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so then yeah, for now the close is fine, but for the save we would have to bind to the click event.
Okay. All right. So is there
I
a
think
mat
my cat
dialog
misses
save?
me. I don't think so. No,
Okay. There's just is there like a
I've actually never seen those.
oh really?
So yeah, either I didn't see them before or they're new.
Okay. I don't immediately see like a close button or a save button or anything.
What's that right down there? Mat dialog close. Yeah, dialog content.
Actions. Container for action.
Yep. So that's the section
Okay.
where the buttons go.
I see. Okay. Oh, I see. Both of these close.
Oh. Okay, so then true, that's the parameter that so
That's what
okay,
gets
I
handed out.
understand. Yeah, so that true would be passed into the close function.
Okay. I think for our case, we probably don't care. We probably
Right,
well, I mean, we
because I
could do it
mean,
either way. If the dialog component does the save, we don't care about passing out whether or not it was saved because it already
right.
did a save.
Yep.
Um, but either way, the save and close button both close the dialog. The save just also
Actually,
happens to save.
I think we do care if it's a save or cancel.
Why?
Because won't we need to refresh the calendar? Or are we gonna like add the event into some kind of cache
Oh,
that would auto update the calendar?
good question.
Because on a cancel, we don't need to.
Uh
So
huh.
why? Yeah.
But then again, we could anyways.
Yeah,
Or
we could always.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, we could definitely do it with a service as well. Like if we have
Yeah.
our calendar cached in the service, if we're doing that, and
Yeah,
just send an
which
event when it's updated.
I think that would probably make more sense because that way we're not pulling all this data down.
Right.
So, okay. So then, yeah, we don't care what kind of, like if this is a cancel or a save.
Okay. So as for this, I don't think this just becomes like a
Mat dialog close.
yeah, basically.
Yep.
But we still want to have like a click handler.
Yep.
Okay. And then for some reason the formatting it like took the 4 spaces for a tab instead of the 2 that I've been doing everywhere else. Or have I? Maybe
No,
I haven't.
you've been doing it before.
Never mind. Okay. All right. Is that what I called it? Save event. Yeah. Okay. Um.
You can do a console log in there. That way we see that it actually, and then we'll test it real quick and we'll pick this up next time.
Okay. Oh.
Whoa. I don't think that's what you wanted.
Oh. All right. So pop open our dialog. Add event name. This is butts. Save. Oops. Save.
Okay.
Nice.
Now cancel it.
Okay. Close.
Cool.
Save. Nice. Awesome. Good progress today.
Yep.
So when we come back next time, we'll want
Which,
to flesh this out.
yeah. Yeah, we'll try to make it look a little nicer and we'll get that all going.
Yeah. Do we have? Okay, so this is looks like a server only task of some kind of event schema model that is done.
Yeah, there is an AED events, fourth one from the top.
Okay, so that is in
Yeah.
progress. Cool.
Yep.
Nice. All
All
right.
right.
So,
Cool.
when should we try to stream again?
So I think on Twitch we have it listed as Thursday
Okay. If
or Wednesday or something, so we
I
could
think,
shoot for that.
yeah, both of those would work for me as it stands.
Okay. Let me actually check my calendar right now. So I've got nothing on Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay. Should we just say Wednesday then?
Sure.
All right. So tentatively Wednesday at
7
7
or
p.m. Central.
all
Sounds
right,
good.
that
I'll see
works.
you then.
All right.